having us in your atelier. It's very nice to be here again. We know each other for a short time, but we are very excited to have you in our upcoming project Art in Context. And this is one of the reasons why we are here in this atelier making this interview. So Hanneke, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Well, yes, I'm 52 years old, and this is not really my first profession. I started as a lawyer when I was 18, studying law in Rotterdam, and then I worked in that area for 12 years. I moved to Brussels for my work as a European lawyer, and then at the age of, I think, 38 something, I said, well, this is not really fulfilling anymore. I would like to do something more creative, something that's always had my interest, but there wasn't much time next to my job to do something more creative. So I decided to quit work and start studying again. So I started interior design in Brussels. Graduated in 2013 and then moved back to Breda, well, mainly because of my kids. And
you originally come from Breda, right?
No, next to Breda.
From this region.
Yeah, from this region, yeah. So
and actually you spent a lot of years in Belgium.
Yes. My kids were born there, and so I moved back in 2013. So I spent 15 years in Brussels.
Could you also experience the life of artist in Belgium as well, or you started here as an artist?
I basically started here, but during my studies, of course, I did some,
Do you see
visiting.
big difference in the two countries, or they are pretty much similar?
No, there's
lifestyle?
some difference, I think, yeah. You have Dutch design, which is very particular, I think, and Belgian design is a bit more, I think Dutch design is more blunt or in your face and more direct, like the culture also, I think, and Belgian design is maybe a bit more, modest. Well, it's different. It reflects also the different cultures, I think there are.
Yeah, that's nice to have different cultures. And in the perspective of art, because you first started as a design and then you slightly moved to the art scene, and does your entry point was actually the pottery and ceramic, or you had something in the middle?
No, well, my work basically comes from things that strike me every day and that bother me or make me happy in society, things that are happen in your daily life or that you read in a newspaper and that makes me angry or happy or sad or whatever, and I want to do something with it. I do work that's related to circularity, sustainability, but also women's emancipation. So it has different angles.
Really nice. And what are the main materials that you usually use when you work?
Well, I started with ceramics, and I like working with it because I can really make it into something that that suits my the way I want it to be. Because I don't like materials that are really difficult to work with, like wood or something. It has to be manageable, or I have to be able to shape it and to form it as long as I need it to be perfect.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about these works there, which we will show during the project Art in Context at the beginning of March.
Yes. So in 2017, I started working on the recycling of ceramics because I was making things in ceramics, and sometimes they work out, sometimes you don't like them and you throw them away. And I thought, well, what's going to happen with this waste material? So I thought there must be another way to just not throw it away, but use it as a resource for making new ceramics. So I went to Japan, where they are already working with this recycling of material since the year 2000, I think. And then afterwards I started doing tests and making new things. For instance, the first thing I made are these plates. You can see the old ground material is in the plates. It's coming back, the glazing as a blue spots in the plate. So what I do is I grind the old ceramics into a powder, then I mix it with new clay, and then I make new, in this case, plates with it. And in 2020, I started a project with a Spanish 3D printing studio. Seeing if we could 3D print the recycled ceramics with a 3D printer, clay printer. And this is actually the result of that project. It was a research project, and we tried to make lamps with it.
It's so lovely.
And here also you can see the ground material coming back in the clay.
Is it hard to break the ceramic?
It's very hard. I work with a technical university in Delft, and they have a jawbreaker, and you have to throw it in lots of times to make it into a powder. So it's quite hard. It's not difficult, but it's hard work, and it's quite dirty because it's very dusty. So
you need to carry on the particles from one city to another, and to collect. And what is the story behind this lovely vase with hugging hands?
Actually it started from a news article I read about pushing back immigrants in the Mediterranean, and I can't really explain how it turned into this, but I thought I wanted to do something with hands, welcoming refugees into Europe, where we have lots of everything and they don't have much. So it's like a sort of a welcoming vase, or I have other of these vases that are more like pushing away. So it's both sides actually of the story.
Very nice. And what are those things? Can you tell for the public?
These are molds, and I use them to make. These are vases. These are hands. I can maybe already open it.
Ooh.
I can try. These are actually for the textile project, because I'm also going to mix textiles and ceramics in that one. These are hands. I made them this morning.
Do you bake them here in this atelier?
No, I have a... here they are.
So nice. I've
These are the little hands.
Out from the shape,
And now they still have to
That's
dry.
So impressive.
Yeah. Well, and they become, when they are dry, they become like this. I have to,
Then you have to
make them smooth.
Sandpaper them.
Yeah, and then I'm going to use them in one of the shapes, and that's for showing that women have never been really accepted to be able to do everything as good as men can. So that's why I use the hands, actually.
Well, one of the reasons why in Art in Context we have 5 very nice and established female artists is exactly as what you said, to show to Breda citizens and visitors that actually the art of the female artist is worth it as much as any other art.
Yes.
It's not like a hobby, you
No,
know.
no, and we
It's not like when you go in pension. This is a good practice that you can do in your house. To
no,
not be
she's
bored.
just doing some hobby, you know, let
Yeah,
her do it.
no.
I was in another place, at Teteringse Dijk, but they were closing it down because they're going to build new houses there. So then we all moved here to this place, but it's also for a limited period of time.
Clip, right?
Yes, so we have to move, I think, by the end of this year. Not sure where to. Yeah, I'm actually still looking for an atelier that's more permanent, but that's quite difficult these days.
Yeah, to find a space, it's very hard.
Yeah.
Plus, on your website, everybody can see the other projects that you are running and the professional state that you have for so long time. The plates are amazing. Coming
Thanks.
back to them, they are a very professional product, also in the perspective of the design, but also in the commercial perspective. Do you actually sell these things?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, do you have like a full set here, or can we see what is the combinations in between? Because I think they can fit to each
Yeah,
other.
they fit.
Yeah?
Yes, they are like Mickey Mouse ears. And I also have another one which I don't have here, but they are like hands and they fit
Yeah.
together.
Very possibly this is the one that we will see during the exposition.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
good. How you make the special shape, like the
So
shape inside?
so I pour in the clay, then I leave it for I don't know, half an hour, maybe a bit more. And then I pour the clay out, and it starts to dry because of the, I don't know how you call it, chips. It takes out the water from the clay.
Yeah.
Then when it's, well, still, I can still manage or form
like
it.
this one.
Yeah, I do it with my hands and until I'm happy with what it looks like, and then it starts to dry, and I
So
put it
nice.
in the oven.
Do you always use white clay and do white pottery, or you also have in colors?
I also have colors. Sometimes I like blue. Blue is one
Yeah.
of my favorite colors, so I try to mix some pigments in sometimes. Right now, this morning I made some recycled clay. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's some blue in it. Yeah. Well, in the clay it's quite difficult to see.
Yeah.
You see some spots maybe.
Yeah, I see all these spots. So
and then when it comes out, you can
it
see
will be
blue.
much more blue.
Yeah. But I'm not sure how blue, because every time it's different. So that's also interesting. For me it is. That it's not the same every time. It's can be completely different.
Yeah,
so that's nice.
That is
I
the
like
idea
that.
of the art in
Yes.
the pottery.
Yeah.
You never know what will come up, but it is always piece of art.
Yeah, well, it can be disappointing too sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah, but you have the technique to recycle it.
Yeah.
To make it for something better.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's very
So
smart.
don't throw away anything.
So, do you actually collect from other places ceramic, or you only recycle your own?
Well, I have got a lot of old ceramics from different people, but right now I have so much old stuff. I can go on for years. There's just so much ceramic waste. It's incredible.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Then you
well,
will have
nice. Yeah.
material for forever.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Here behind you we have a very interesting project going on. Do you want to share a little bit about this project?
Yes, well, this is a project I'm working on right now. It's 3 shapes that I'm making, and they all have to do with the invisibility of women in history, but also today. Women are not really seen, I think. Also in the art scene, if you think about Picasso, and he had a muse, Dora Maar, but she was not really... Well, she was very talented, but she didn't get the attention that he got, which is unfair, I think. And also today, lots of products are made well, based on the average man, and not taking into account what it would mean for women, like medicines or like telephones. They are made on the size of the average male person. And I would like to highlight that. And I thought textiles are something that's really related to women, because, well, lots of women in the past were working in factories, making textiles and so on. So I thought that would be good material to express my thoughts with.
And in this project, you use a lot of textile, as you said, and yarn, also natural materials.
Yes, and I'm using second-hand materials because all the weaving is done with second-hand, or that I still had in my atelier. Also, in the light of circularity or sustainability, that would be a good way forward.
When we should be careful to not miss this project?
Well, that's a good question. It has to be finished by the end of June. And then I would like to create some kind of exhibition with it, also maybe with other artists, and I'm still looking for ways to make it work.
For the last, can you tell us what is your motivation to be involved in our little project financed by the Gemeente of Breda?
Well, I think that can be clear because I mean my project is my work is also influenced by things that are going on for women, and I find it really important to show that we are as capable and as good in art as men are. And I think the way you propose your project, I think that's really a good way to show this. So
and the perspective of mixing interior design together with art, you are very much at the spot.
Yes, I mean that's also what I'm doing. So no, I think that's a very good combination.
How do you see art connected in the home or office environment? How do you see it situated there?
Well, I think it's important because for me, art makes me, inspires me and makes me happy. And I have also some artworks in my house, which when I look at them, I think, yeah, this is nice. So I think everyone should have this opportunity to have an artwork that makes them think or inspires them or makes them happy every day.
Yeah, to just enjoy when you place the eyes on that piece, then you have a moment of relaxation and it's nice.
I think that's important.
Well, do you see nowadays culture the need of people to search for more original pieces instead of ready-made prints from the shop, you know, that kind of things coming from the mainstream? And I see a lot of people having mainstream art in their houses. Well, I think maybe because they don't know other types of art, or they don't have the budget, because that's also a thing, of course. But it would be good to be a bit more, have a bit more diversity, and not all have the same a.k.a. poster at home. Yeah, our research showed that actually the price is a myth, and there are very often prints that can cost as much as original graphic art or fine art, for example, from young artists. So from that perspective, during our masterclass, you are very welcome to share your experience in that topic with our visitors. And thank you for this interview today. And
thank
see you on at the beginning of March on our display and masterclass of Art in Context.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.